Hi, I'm Michelle Michaels, the Hard of Hearing Specialist for the state of Arizona at the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. I wanted to take some time today to talk with you about your hearing loss. But before we get started, I do want to qualify that I am not a licensed healthcare professional. I'm not a doctor, nurse, audiologist, or hearing instrument specialist. What I am is someone who has hearing loss, who has worked in this field for 20 years, and who is a specialist in all things hard of hearing. If you are experiencing sudden hearing loss or sudden sounds in your ears, you need to see a physician immediately. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that you are not alone. More than 700,000 Arizonans are hard of hearing like you and I, along with 36 million Americans. If you're just now coming to terms with your hearing loss, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And I'm here today to help answer some of them and provide you with some insight and direction into what is happening to you right now and what the future may hold. But this video isn't just for us hard of hearing folks. It's also for our loved ones and others. The more people know about us and our challenges, the better. In this video, I am primarily speaking to adults. However, hearing loss affects people of all ages. If you are a parent of a newborn baby or a child with hearing loss, please contact us so we can make sure you are getting the services you need. So, if you think you have hearing loss, you should see your physician to have your ears checked. It may be something as simple as earwax blocking your ear canals that is preventing you from hearing well. Your physician may refer you to an ear, nose, and throat specialist, an audiologist, or a hearing instrument specialist for further assistance. In the state of Arizona, anyone who dispenses hearing aids must be licensed by the Department of Health Services. You can check the license and enforcement actions of any provider by visiting the DHS website. Oh, and by the way, all of the websites and resources I mentioned in this video can be accessed by visiting our website at www.acdhh.org. Now, oftentimes, the first thing a person with hearing loss notices is trouble hearing on the phone. Well, there's an app for that. No, seriously, there are apps for our smartphones now that will caption everything that is being said to us. For those of us who still have a landline at home or at work, there are both amplified and captioned telephones that work with or without the internet. Our agency provides some of these telephones free of charge. So you're going to want to make sure you call us at 1-800-352-8161 to find out more about the free telephone program. Hard of hearing folks also have trouble hearing the television. Almost every TV nowadays has the ability to display captions, as do the TVs in hotels, restaurants, the hospital, etc. Turn on the captions and give yourself a few weeks to get used to them. Speaking of captions, there is absolutely no reason you can't continue to go to movie theaters, plays, or attend public meetings. Most movie theaters offer assistive listening devices, including captioning boxes, and they are free of charge. Public performance spaces often have these devices, or can provide something called CART, which stands for Communication Access Real-Time Translation. With CART, you can read everything that is being said at the time it's being said. CART might be projected up on a screen at the front of a room, or scrolling on a visual display, or being displayed on a laptop next to you. Most people with hearing loss will benefit from properly fit hearing aids. However, some may not, and some may need additional assistance from a specially trained physician. Only a licensed hearing healthcare provider, such as an ENT or audiologist, can tell you for certain what treatment will benefit you. Many people are concerned about the cost of hearing aids. Always check with your health insurance provider to find out what coverage they offer. Most health insurers will cover all or part of a hearing exam. And now, when it comes to hearing exams, please remember that there is a big difference between a hearing screening, such as what you might get at a health fair, and a thorough audiological examination that you would receive from an audiologist. While many hearing instrument specialists don't provide the extensive services that an audiologist can, that shouldn't deter you from seeking out their services. But back to the cost. Someone once said that everything is negotiable, and I agree with that. However, do remember that when you pay for hearing aids, you're not just paying for the hearing aids alone. You're also paying for the hearing exam, the professional's time, the materials used, and other incidentals such as follow-up fittings, batteries, cleanings, etc. So you're really paying for a bundle of services along with the product itself. Some professionals are now unbundling the product from the services. So you may see a lower price for a hearing aid, but then each service provided is priced separately. So be aware of what you're buying when you sign your name on that dotted line. And when signing the sales agreement for a hearing aid purchase, please, please, please read the fine print. Are there any additional costs tacked on? How long is the warranty? Is insurance against loss, damage, or theft included? What about batteries, follow-up visits, and cleanings? Are simple repairs covered at no cost? And did you receive a copy of your audiogram? Was it explained to you so you understand what you hear and what you cannot hear without your hearing aids, and how that affects your overall communication? How did the dispenser verify the fitting? Did the dispenser tell you about our free telephone program and the benefit of telecoils? See, telecoils can expand your access to many communication environments. Did your hearing healthcare professional talk to you about the importance of audiologic rehabilitation? If not, or if you have any questions, don't sign. Ask about these items, and if you're not satisfied, walk away. Call us or the Department of Health Services for assistance if necessary. We want to make sure you receive the best product and service possible. And if you can't afford hearing aids because of income limitations, contact our agency at 1-800-352-8161. While we can't give you hearing aids or pay for them for you, we can tell you about the current programs here in Arizona and nationally that may be able to help you. And if you're a working adult, don't forget to contact the state vocational rehabilitation program as they assist people with disabilities. So, what's the best hearing aid for you? Well, that's like me telling you what's the best car or pair of shoes or eyeglasses for you. Bluetooth connectivity is growing in popularity, along with open-fit hearing aids. And research does show that directional microphones help in noise. There are various devices that you can use with your hearing aids. Some of them are proprietary, meaning they will only work with a certain brand of hearing aid. Other assistive devices will work with any brand of hearing aid, as long as the hearing aid has a manual telecoil. I've been wearing hearing aids for 20 years now, and I can tell you, hearing aids are definitely more comfortable and work much better than in the old days. So, do you have to buy two, and do you have to wear them all the time? Well, don't wear them when you're sleeping, but you might need to. Only your hearing healthcare professional can tell you for sure. And when you do decide to buy hearing aids, bring the hearing aid checklist with you. It's produced by the consumer group, Hearing Loss Association of America, and can be found on our website at www.acdhh.org. Oh, and here's a little tip for you new hearing aid wearers. When you first start wearing your hearing aids, the world will sound louder. And when you take your hearing aids off after wearing them for several hours or all day, the world will sound quieter. Don't worry. The hearing aids haven't hurt your hearing. In fact, this is how you know the hearing aids are actually working. Think about that for a moment. Okay, so I often have folks asking me how they can learn to lip read. I have to be honest with you. Lip reading is an admirable skill, but even the best lip readers can only understand 30% of what is being said. So if you're hard of hearing and trying to lip read without using hearing aids or other assistive technology, such as assistive listening devices, you're going to be left in the dark. What hard of hearing people really need is access to information and resources, such as websites and support groups. Have you ever heard of HLAA or Aloha or ALDA? As I mentioned earlier, HLAA is the Hearing Loss Association of America, which is a national group, and they have 5 chapters in Arizona. Aloha is the Adult Loss of Hearing Association, based in Tucson, and they have several chapters in southern Arizona. ALDA is the Association of Late Deafened Adults, and while they do not currently have an active chapter in Arizona, they still have Arizona members and a helpful website along with a very active national organization. Some of the universities in Tucson and in the Valley offer consumer education classes for hard of hearing people and their significant others, and they are free or very low cost. Support groups help us learn about the many aspects of hearing challenges, such as tinnitus, balance, our legal rights, assistive technology, coping skills, etc. So don't underestimate the value of seeking out a support group. And don't be surprised if you find yourself feeling some grief or anxiety as you come to terms with your hearing loss. That's all very normal, and support groups and counselors can help you manage your feelings and thoughts. Visit our website at www.acdhh.org for more information about support group meetings in your area. But maybe you're not the group type of person. Well, that's fine. There are many great websites that can assist you in learning more about hearing loss. As I mentioned previously, HLAA is a national organization with extensive website resources. There's another national organization called the Better Hearing Institute, and their website resources are fantastic. And if you're looking for information about your legal rights, look no further than our very own Arizona Center for Disability Law. ACDL has terrific self-advocacy and informational resources on their website. Did you know that laws such as the Americans with Disabilities Act, Section 504 of the Rehab Act, IDEA, and others provide people with disabilities protection? If your hearing loss substantially affects your ability to communicate, then you have a disability. As a person with a disability, you have the right to request accommodations in school, employment, government facilities, programs and services, public accommodations, and in telecommunications. You can find the links to all these websites on our website, www.acdhh.org. But back to your hearing. You may be wondering if it's going to get worse, and then what are you going to do? Well, don't worry, really. There is much that can be done. From learning more about how to communicate effectively, and that means our spouses, children, and friends too, to exploring cochlear implants and bone conduction devices, rest assured that most hearing healthcare professionals are committed to improving your quality of life. As am I. I know. I understand. See, I have bilateral sensorineural progressive hearing loss with tinnitus, atypical Meniere's, and SCDS. In other words, my inner ears don't work very well, but the rest of me is doing pretty good. If you think about it, hearing is all about communication, and communication is something we can all learn how to do better. We need to understand how to communicate in a manner that is effective for us, and we need to teach others how to communicate with us. Remember, communication patterns develop over a lifetime and can take time to modify. So be patient with yourself, your partner, and others. Some of the techniques I use range from knowing where to sit in a restaurant, in a high-backed booth, away from the bar, doors, kitchen, and windows, to how to get someone to repeat something for me. I value what you have to say, but I don't hear well. Could you repeat that? And I try to always remember to speak slowly and clearly. That way, I'm modeling the communication behavior I want from others. But in all sincerity, it is important to do something about your hearing loss. Believe me, it is much more obvious to people when you can't hear them than when you are wearing hearing aids. And here's another thing. People with untreated hearing loss have a greater chance of developing dementia. So we need to exercise our brains. And we and our loved ones need to understand that After exercising our brains with enhanced hearing devices all day, our brains may be tired. Fatigue is not unusual for those of us who have worked at hearing all day long. Don't forget to talk with your physician or provider about the importance of hearing health care to your overall health. And lastly, and this is for all of you out there watching this video right now, protect your hearing. People just don't realize that repeated exposure to loud noise over the long term will create hearing problems. Noise is the #1 cause of hearing loss, and most loud noises are almost entirely preventable. Good hearing health care begins the day we're born, and it's never too late to learn more about good hearing strategies. So start today and call us at 1-800-352-8161 or visit our website at www.acdhh.org for more information. We're here to help.